Canada announces another $900 million for Ukraine. We'll take a look at a clip here from Carney plus some other stuff. I have some thoughts. I'll just share one very briefly right now. Hey, Ukraine, just give part of your country to Russia, okay? More people have to start saying that. This is so fucking ridiculous at this point. Canada, we're not rich. We can't afford to be doing this. This is all so insane. When is this ever going to stop? Anyway, I'll play this clip.
Canada's here, short, medium, and long term. Mr. President, we're going to talk about some very specific initiatives around air defense and continue support through Pearl and other initiatives building on very constructive conversations we had at the G7 as G7 partners and broadening out through NATO. That's the first thing. Secondly, Canada will be announcing about $900 million of support for medium-term military support. When I say medium-term, in the coming months, both in terms of vehicles, both in terms of munitions and other support, in addition to this vital support for air defense.
So it's not even 900 million, I guess. It's actually more. It's so insane. We'll take a look at the end, if we can, a running total of how much money Canada has given to Ukraine to get where? To get absolutely nowhere. This is all so gross, man.
And then very much in terms of the needs on energy for the winter, but then beyond for the reconstruction and a strong Ukrainian economy that's fully integrated in Europe, fully integrated in the global economy. Let me say one last thing, which is that this barbarism of Putin, which continues in recent days, will not succeed. Every day, this is senseless suffering, certainly of the innocent civilians in Ukraine, Ukrainian children stolen, Ukrainian children, but also the soldiers on both sides, soldiers in the Russian army. They will not win. The resolve of the Ukrainian people, first and foremost, but also of your allies, of your friends, is absolute. Let's end this. The pressure on Russia is only going to increase. Ukraine is going to win. We have much positive work to do. Everyone around this table, everyone watching, wants the positive work of peace, prosperity, security for all going forward. And that's our objective, and that's what we will achieve. Thank you very much.
When is Ukraine going to win, though? Give me a break. I've been hearing that for years, 5 years at this point. I had a pretty viral tweet that ties in to what I'm trying to say here. It says, Canadians will wait in line for 12 hours at an ER, then look you straight in the face and say Canada is better than America. That's by far my biggest tweet, 2.6 million views. Like, Canada can't afford to be doing this. All this stuff, it's just so frustrating on so many different levels. And then I also said here, this point about getting diagnosed with a health issue in Canada is a fucking nightmare in many cases. So if it's obvious, it's fine, but sometimes it's not. You see this specialist, you see this other specialist. All these waits are like 3 months, 7 months. It's ridiculous. And then you also go on the other side and see Mark Carney, 900 million, more millions, billions to Ukraine, to this other country, but so much lately is going to Ukraine. Like, holy crap. The morale in Canada is absolutely piss poor for so many different reasons. And then I always say this, I know probably people watching this video like this. Poilievre should be flipping the table over, criticizing Carney for this reckless giving of money to Ukraine. Someone has to do that. Jamil Javani, I don't know, but Poilievre, like, he's so good. I listened to him on the radio recently. He's so good at talking about the tax policy and talking about being tougher on crime, but he just has like a little sweet spot of issues. He should be absolutely, like I said, freaking out about this issue of giving more money to Ukraine, but there's so many issues that Poilievre doesn't want to touch, and then Mark Carney just stays way ahead in the polls. Anyway, little tangent there, but now we're going to try to take a look at the running total of how much money Canada has given to Ukraine in the last few years. It'll probably make your head spin. Okay, this should probably piss you off. I asked Grok, how much money has Canada given to Ukraine in the last 5 years? include the recent $900 million Carney announced today. Canada has committed roughly $25.5 billion in total multifaceted assistance to Ukraine since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 22. But I can't get an MRI if I want. You probably can't get some doctor's appointment if you want to see a specialist. Again, like I said, months or years. It's never, oh, you're going to see the specialist in 2 weeks. If you're lucky, your problem healthcare-wise is obvious, and then you got stuff like this. We can't afford this. We just can't. It's just a fact. We can't afford to be doing this. This is all such a fucking joke. $25.5 billion. And Mark Carney's approval rating is like 55% or something. It's so high. There are so many useful idiots in this country that just go, yeah, send more money. We need to support them. There's these Ukrainian refugees are all, it's obviously not their fault. They're all over the world. Like, I'm really starting to deeply dislike Zelensky and the Ukrainian government. Not Ukraine, not obviously Ukrainian people. They're very nice when you meet them, but holy shit, man. This is all fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, just give part of your country to Russia. When is this going to stop? You're not going to beat Russia. They're a war machine. You're not going to beat them in a war, obviously. And how much time are we supposed to give you? 35 years? Just do it. Just make a deal. Get it over with. It's obviously not good, but the world doesn't really run on land anymore anyway. I mean, it's obviously a major hit, but there's not enough. I mean, what I mean by that is maybe the land is valuable farmland, or I don't know, but or rare earth minerals. People don't need that much space anymore. Like, Ukraine is a big country. You could definitely fit in a little bit small. I know this is brutal, but this is more brutal. Going around every 3 months, just getting billions of dollars from the Western world is ridiculous. When the Western world has so many problems, like, yeah, I'm really starting to dislike Zelensky and the Ukrainian government. They're all so fucking incompetent. This should have been settled long ago. Oh, man.
Well, I'm just really glad to have unequivocally been part of a political party and a government that has supported Ukraine from day one, will continue to do so right through to the end of this. Because you said it so perfectly, Laura, which is that, look, Ukraine is not just on the front lines of a war that is happening, an illegal war that's happening with them. They're literally on the front lines of democracy. So, I mean, we can help them win this war, or we can watch them. I don't even know if I believe that they would lose now when you see what's going on in Russia. But what I've always been saying is we can either watch them lose and then watch what Putin does next, or we help them now. And to me, it's always been about helping them now, because they're literally on the front lines of democracy. They're pushing for, their fight is a fight that really Western democracies should all be supporting, and to a large part are all supporting.
It's just some vague democracy. Before this war started or really ramped up with Ukraine and Russia, many people, not even right-wing, like it wasn't a political thing, Ukraine has been criticized as a corrupt country for a long time. Democracy, that's what we're doing? To over $25 billion for democracy? I'll finish on this short clip. Bill Gates, this is a prior clip talking about the corruption in the Ukrainian government.
Ukrainian government is one of the worst in the world. Corrupt, controlled by a few rich people. I mean, really unfortunate for the people in Ukraine.
So Bill Gates, who's certainly not a right-wing guy, that wouldn't be a political statement, I'm quite sure, but we're doing this all for democracy. Over $25 billion. This is so ridiculous. Pierre Poilievre should be criticizing this all day, every day. But again, there's so many issues that he just tiptoes into. Anyway, with that said, I'll finish my video. Please like, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have a great day.